So this is a couple days old already, but let me just throw this up there real quick so everyone can see it. So a couple of days ago, we all know that the Twitter deal fell through. Which, by the way, since episode one, what have I been saying, Mo? What have I been saying?
You, I
Go ahead.
think I think you've been saying that he won't buy it, right?
Yes,
That's
yes, I'm officially the goat now. I'm officially the Elon Musk goat. Yes, I told you guys it wasn't going to happen, but I mean now he's getting sued. But there was this article that came out which I thought was really interesting. They were saying that this could have just been a maneuver by Elon to essentially liquidate $8.5 billion in Tesla stock without getting investors worried, which is actually pretty smart if you think about it on like the business aspect of things. I mean, it sucks for the retail investor who end up investing in Twitter at like 45, $50. But the fact that, like any CEO that ends up liquidating that much, it makes investors worried, right? Typically, right, Mo?
well, yeah, it does. But you're missing a big point here. He's gonna get fined $1 billion. Do you understand how much that is for Twitter? That's $1 billion is more money than Twitter has made over their lifetime in profits.
Correct. So it's kind of a win-win for both, right? Because like he probably doesn't care about that $1 billion because in the end of the day, that's going to be a tax write-off for him as well. So he gets to liquidate $8.5 billion and then pay a fine of $1 billion, which he could then write off on his taxes. And Twitter will still be able to make some money off of that, after the lawyer fees and etc. I mean, that was what the whole article was about. I never thought about that, but then again, depending on who you speak to about Elon, they like to always go back to the fact that he's on the spectrum, right? He's got Asperger's, and they typically say that people with Asperger's tend not to lie. They're
I
very
know, Mark,
truthful.
but
They get obsessed about certain things, huh?
you're right about the money part. I don't think he cares about money. I don't think 1 billion is anything. With these guys, it's not about money, it's about winning. If he gets the
Mm,
penalty, it means he was in the wrong. And I know how they're spinning it. I personally, if you ask me what I think about Elon after this, I think he's lost a lot of respect from me and a lot of other people that I know, because you're buying a big company, and how the hell do you not know about the situation? Like, you do your due diligence. It's not a small amount that you're putting in, and then you play all these games, you go on Twitter and do everything to now pull this off. I don't think this, like, there's only so many times you can get away with stuff like that. There's a $500 billion scam that's on him for Doge, and now it's this.
yeah,
This doesn't look good on him. He might get away with it, but now he's lost respect, in my opinion, from a lot of people.
yeah, and that's what I'm saying. I think this was intentional. I don't think this was like a mistake. I think the guy is way too smart to not have known that they have a lot of bots. I think really it
I
was a
agree.
way. Yeah, I think maybe he even invested and bought some shares in Twitter right before he announced that he was going to
He
acquire
did.
it for.
He
Oh,
did.
he did.
He bit. Okay, so here's what happened. He declared that he bought 12% share, and then Parag, which was the CEO, limited him to, I think, 12 or 13, because they said he can't go more than that, otherwise we're gonna do shareholder. Then he showed that he's showing interest in buying it. Then he had the whole conference. I forgot where he said that he doesn't really worry about the money. He's got the money, and that's when stock started going up. But yeah, first he bought, like, I think 10%. Sorry, he bought 10% shares first, and then Parag was like, "You can't buy more, because if you do, then we know we need to give you a seat on the board." But then he's like, "Actually, I want to buy the whole company and take it private." That's how the whole thing went.
Yeah, and I've been saying I do remember that, so I totally forgot about that because he did initially just buy a certain percentage, and that's what brought the stock up to nearly $50 at that point. Because he said he was going to buy it at $54, I believe, and then he said he wasn't going to buy it. He wasn't sure. He wanted to do some more investigation. So we'll see what happens. I think it's funny that people on Twitter think that this lawsuit is going to force him to buy Twitter. I mean, if that happens, that's going to really change the way the law works, because that would be crazy. You never know, though, right? Because, I mean, look what happened back in the day with McDonald's, right? Fat people sued McDonald's because they ate too much McDonald's, or they burned themselves drinking coffee. So they have to put a sign on a thing saying, this coffee is hot. So you never know. I don't know. America's weird, man.
So,
So you never
so,
know.
so this is like an option. He's got the right to buy the company. He's not obligated to. If he does fail, he's gonna have to pay the fine. That's as far as I know. Now, Twitter has hired one of the top lawyers that's gonna get into litigation and whatnot. But uh, is this is bad. This is ugly.
Yeah, it definitely looks bad. It definitely looks bad, and even more of a reason why I think Tesla's still going to drop down. But it ended up going up a little bit today, and then I mean, I think it's because of the the little rally that we had. But this is looking really bad. That's why I never liked investing into anything that Elon ever speaks about because it's become like Tesla's no longer Tesla. I feel like people are now investing in him. They're not really investing in the company anymore. It seems like it's just like a cult like following. We always talk about that anyways. It's kind of like Apple, it's like people have such an infatuation with Elon, the person, that they're just willing to invest into whatever he says. The Doge stuff. I think he may lose that case potentially, the Dogecoin case, because I know they're trying to crack down a lot of these influencers pumping these coins and then dipping out. I saw this whole thing where Lana Rhodes, do you remember her? She was in the porn industry.
Yeah, so
And
I
then
believe there was a 2 point some million scam where she launched her NFT and then she rug
mhm.
pulled it.
Yeah, and that's what I'm saying. So and she disappeared off the face of her. I don't think she's not doing her podcast anymore. I don't know what happened to her right now, but yeah, she took basically 1.5 million dollars worth of people's money. So I'm starting to feel like that's kind of what Elon's doing to the retail investors, and if he keeps doing that, he's going to eventually, burn some bridges. I know he definitely burned bridges with Wall Street. I know investors are kind of iffy now about investing into the company, and then they're talking about doing the whole split, which I don't think is a good idea either. I'm not sure when that's going to get confirmed, if the board has to sit down and speak with him about it. But I know he wants like a 3-for-1 split, which is going to dilute the stock even further. There's going to be more shares out there and stuff. So I don't know. I don't know if this is his business decisions right now or is really the way to go. I don't know. What's your thoughts on this whole thing?
It's just I think everything that's going on with Elon, just speaking about Biden's, now Trump tweeted about him, not tweeted, on his Truth platform. He posted an article saying that Elon was begging for support for all the stuff like his cars that have issues, his
Mm-hmm.
rockets that don't, like, that was a pretty mean tweet by Trump. But everything that Elon's doing now is getting noticed, and I think they're all being noticed for the wrong reasons. So the script got flipped. Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm.
If you
Yeah.
asked me before, even after the whole Doge thing happened, it was still fine. Like people thought, Elon's smart. Like everyone thinks he's a genius, but he wasn't harming the normal people, the laymen that were trying to trade retailers. Now retailers are getting screwed because they're getting rug pulled, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like, how do you not know about the bot situation? How do you, like, Twitter didn't make any money, bro? Like,
It
have you,
hasn't in
like,
years.
they
Yeah.
don't do Twitter ads that much. Like, it's not a big thing. Everything Twitter does is pretty practically free. And he was going to use it not for money. Make sense?
Yeah. He wanted to take it,
Yeah.
private and then
So now,
kind of
how
be
is,
his own
like,
government.
if I was going to do it because of money, you're like, I'm buying something from you, you told me I have 1 million members and now it's only 500,000. I'd be like, no. First, he's not doing it for money. Then he's a smart guy. He could have hired people to figure out the whole bot situation. All of that could have been avoided, and a lot of people lost money. Again, their fault, but that's not how people will see it because they trusted him, they placed value on him, and this happened. So all in all, money aside, losing respect is a big blow. And then if he loses the case too, it's gonna be bad, and he's gonna be attacked from a lot of different places because there's a lot of shit that he's stirring right now.